Chapter 23. James. Finally in Iowa, we are so glad to get off the bus. We are getting a hotel since we have 4 shows here over the week. Meeting Patrick at the hotel, I am glad he didn't ride on the bus with us, or Blake. Fuck, I hate him and the way he looks at the girls. I got 2 rooms, 1 for each band, Patrick says, handing the keys to Brittany. He isn't staying with us, I say. Come on, James, don't be like that. Jacob says, pissing me off that he keeps defending this guy. You come around my girl, and I will hit you, I tell Blake, then grab the key from Brittany. Walking in the room, I turn to Marcus. Would you mind staying here? I was planning on it anyhow. He says with a smile, thanks. I say, feeling a little better, but still hating Blake will be staying with us. The girls pick out the rooms while we set to watch TV. So y'all don't watch TV on the bus, but y'all do everywhere else? Marcus laughs. On the bus, we let the guys have the TV, and they leave us alone. Derek says, getting that right on point.
I want a shower.
Liz says.
Me too.
Roxanne adds, making us turn to the girls. James, can I have a room key to go out for something? Marcus asks. Yeah, here, be safe. I'm always safe, he says with a smile. Oh, and Blake won't be back until way later. I will be back before him, Marcus adds. I don't want him to rush, but at the same time, I know he feels the same about Blake as we do. Something doesn't seem right about him. We are here, so the girls will be fine, I tell him, as he walks out.
Where is he going? I only wanted a shower, not to run him off,
Liz says, looking upset. Derek laughs as he walks to her. Baby, he is single and young, he tells her. Yeah, it has nothing to do with y'all getting in the shower. He just wants a girl himself, I tell her.
Roxanne. As Liz gets in the shower, I brush my teeth. You know the guys think we are showering together? Liz laughs. Probably, I answer. After Liz gets out, we change places. Damn, a nice shower doesn't seem like much until you can't have one every night. There is a shower on the bus, but limited water. When we are both showered and dressed, we open the door to see both guys leaning on the wall watching TV. You could have sat on the couch, I laugh.
We only wanted to see what y'all were doing taking so long in there,
Derek says. Jealous? Liz teases.
Yes.
Both boys say, making us laugh. As I walk past James, I grab his shirt, pulling him to the room. Closing the door, James says,
This is the thing you do before a shower, not after.
Fine, I say upset, but before I can get back to the door, James picks me up, walking me to the bed. Laying on the bed, he cuddles up to me. This is all I wanted, I tell him, and it is.
I know.
He says, kissing me.
Baby, you never want sex right after a shower, and if we do, we take another shower. You are tired, so I know you just want to lay down.
He adds with a smile. I love how well he knows me. Just as I'm about to fall asleep, I hear them in the next room.
Them, on the other hand, don't care, I guess.
James laughs, closing his eyes. When I wake up, I see light through the curtain, but I have no clue the time. Getting up, I want coffee, so I go to the kitchen. Starting the coffee, I lean on the counter, playing on my phone. After a few minutes, I feel someone behind me, then hands go on the counter on either side of me. I know it's not any of the 3 boys, so it has to be Blake. Fuck, why did I not wake up James? I just wanted coffee. I didn't think about it. This isn't the shit I think about. I start to shake because I am so scared as Blake leans down, blowing on my neck. Leave me alone, I say, only making him laugh. Feeling his breath on my ear, he whispers,
Want to know what a real man feels like?
I spin around, trying to push him away from me.
Oh, so you're a fighter. Is that why James likes you so much?
Get off of me, I say, as the tears start to fall. I have never been this scared in my life. Feeling his hand on my stomach, I turn to stone. As he starts to move his hand up, I feel so weak. James! I yell, making Blake step back. James is in front of me in seconds.
What happened?
He asks, but I only grab him tight, shaking and crying.
What the fuck did you do?
He grits out to Blake.
I didn't do anything. She is a scaredy cat. I only walked in the kitchen.
Knowing James is here, I know I'm safe. Bullshit! He pinned me to the counter and tried to touch me. I cry out. Then notice Liz is next to James. I got her. We have her, she says, and I notice Derek is next to Liz. After a minute, I guess James knows I'm safe. He spins and hits Blake in the face, making him fly across the room. When he lands on the floor, James steps over him, then starts to repeatedly hit him. I look to Derek, who is looking at Marcus.
No, he isn't hitting me again,
Marcus says, holding his hands up. Derek, stop him, Liz says.
I will after a few more hits. That bastard deserves this shit.
I'm too scared to even move. As Liz pulls back a little, I grab her shirt. Shh. It's okay, baby. I'm not going anywhere, okay? She says, kissing my shoulder. I don't know why that relaxes me, other than the fact that is something James does. Pulling out her phone, she calls someone, then, Marcus, get the door, please. Marcus walks to the door. No sooner than he opens the door, Dad runs through the door with only jeans on. Then Michael in the same state of dress. Both guys grab James. Fighting to hold him, Mom walks in front of him.
James, stop!
He fucking touched her! I will kill him!
He yells, so far past pissed. Crystal walks over to me. Are you okay? She asks, but I don't talk. I only shake my head, holding Liz for dear life.
He did what?
I hear Dad yell, then he lets go of James.
I say let him go.
Dad adds.
My son isn't going to jail over that bastard!
Michael yells. Derek walks to me.
Make him stop. I am all up for James beating the hell out of the guy, but Dad is right.
I know Derek is right, but I don't think even I could stop James at this point.
You can't have Roxanne in jail, James, damn it!
Liz yells out, making James stop. After fighting his dad for a moment, he gets free, coming over to me. Liz steps back as James grabs me, picking me up. As Patrick walks in the room, Dad hits him, knocking him to the ground.
I defended him because of you! I let him close to my daughter because of you!
Mom runs over as Michael grabs his best friend. I want to go, I whisper to James, as he nods his head, walking to the door. As we get to the hall, Derek and Liz and Marcus is right behind us. Getting to the room on the bus, we lock the door.
Fuck the concert,
James says.
What are we going to do?
Marcus asks. I don't want to do this anymore, I say, sitting on James's lap. Since Blake came into our lives, this all changed so fast, from something I love to something I fear. Can I go home? Liz asks, making me cry. I don't want to lose her. Crawling off James's lap, I crawl over to where Liz is sitting. Can I go too? I ask, still crying.
Why don't we all go?
Derek says, probably thinking the same as me. If Liz goes alone, we won't ever see her again. Hearing a knock on the door, I scream for some reason. I guess still shaken up. Marcus opens the door just a little, then opens it all the way to show Mom and Crystal. Are you okay? Crystal asks.
No, she isn't.
James snaps, then adds,
We don't want to do this anymore. What we used to love, now we fear. We're going to England with Liz.
Mom starts to cry.
When will you be home?
She sobs.
A few months.
Derek says, as his mom hugs him. I hear noise at the front of the bus and jump. James puts his arm around me as I notice Dad.
All 5 want to go to England,
Mom says, and I can see the tears start to form in Dad's eyes as he says,
Whatever makes her feel safe. You keep her safe, son.
Michael says behind Dad.
Always.
James says, kissing my head. When we get to London, we go straight to the hotel. Walking in the room, I crawl on the first bed I see, pulling my knees to my chest.
You can have that bed,
I hear James say. When I feel someone get on the bed, I think it is James, but I don't want to move. When she cuddles up to me, I know that it's Liz, not James, but I still relax. I don't see how. Liz went through something worse than this, yet seems fine. I am scared out of my mind. Putting his hands on my legs, I look up to see James trying to pull me out of my ball, so I let him.
There,
He says, laying down next to me. Putting my head on James's chest and grabbing Liz's hand, I fall asleep. Waking up, I hear talking. She will, with time.
I hope so.
Opening my eyes, I see James looking at me.
Hey, baby.
Hey, prick, I whisper, making him laugh.
Bitch.
You two are weird. Liz laughs. Hearing a knock on the door, I jump. Why the hell am I so jumpy?
They know, the fans, of his arrest. It's all over the news and what happened. Fans are asking where y'all are and if everyone is okay.
I start to cry. So let's tell them on the streets, Liz says. I turn to her. It will be fun, baby, she adds, kissing my forehead. We find a nice place to play by the cafe, so we set up. After a few songs, we pack up for the day, going back to the hotel. After a week of doing the same thing, we are getting tired of London, but we don't want to go home. Sitting on the bed, Marcus is showing us videos he took of us.
This is so cool, man.
Derek says.
Thanks.
Marcus says with a smile.
I asked fans where they would like y'all to go next. I have got answers for all over the world.
Marcus adds.
What about Ireland? That isn't too far, right?
Derek asks.
Okay, so we have a plan.
James says with a smile. Pulling out my phone, I text Mom. Ireland, here we come. Not long after, she texts back.
That is great. We are following y'all on the fan page.
I can't help but laugh, showing the text to James. Are we going to fly there or just make our own way? Liz asks. Why not make our own way there, stopping to play here and there, for the fans? I say with a smile.
That sounds fun.
James agrees. So we map out how to go and where to stop. We pick 5 spots between here and the coast. Once we get to the Irish Sea, we will take a ferry to Ireland.
James. Making it to Ireland was so much fun. The fans seem to be loving following us. No one knows where we will stop or for how long. That just adds to the thrill of our little adventure we are on. We have been making money along the way, but Marcus handles all that for us. So we don't keep up with any of it. We decide to just tour Ireland for a few weeks before we play again. Loving that we get to say what we do, when we do it, and how is so much fun. The only thing I hate about all this is Marcus has no one to share this with but us. I have Roxanne and Derek has Liz, but Marcus has no one. There is this girl on the fan site that he has been talking to, but he won't tell us anything about her. When I asked, he said he doesn't know much either, just that she loves the band and film. It sucks, but at least he has someone to talk to when we're held up in a hotel room somewhere. Laying here in bed, I wake up to Roxanne gone. Setting up, Liz is gone too. Derek, where's the girls? I ask, making him set up so fast. World spinning? I laugh as he nods.
Baby!
He yells.
Bathroom!
I hear Liz yell as Derek walks to the bathroom, but stops just before the door. What? I ask, as he turns to me. They like to go in there together, don't they? What? I ask. Getting up, walking to the door, I hear Roxy laugh. Having fun? I ask to the door.
Yes?
Roxy answers. Doing? Derek asks with a laugh.
Do you want to see?
Liz asks, as we both look at each other. Either that will be hot as fuck, or one of us is going to get hit. I say to him, is it safe? Derek asks.
Maybe.
Roxanne teases. Okay, getting tired of talking to a door. I fuss.
He woke up grumpy.
Liz laughs, as Roxanne opens the door in a towel. My mind goes a million miles an hour, wondering what the hell they were doing. Pushing the door open, Derek walks in. Were you both in the bath?
Only in your wet dreams, baby.
Liz teases.
And I guess James too, since he seems to be in La La Land.
Roxy laughs.
Y'all were still asleep. We didn't want to wake y'all up.
Liz says. So you are both in the bathroom naked? Derek asks. Fuck, where's my voice? Words. Say something. Damn. Waving a hand in front of my face, I am still trying to find words.
We broke James.
My girl laughs. Putting her hands on my shoulders, Roxy pushes me back.
Maybe we were taking a bath together.
Huh? Is all I say, but at least it is something. His brain will start to work at some point. Derek laughs. Out. Roxy pulls the door closed behind her, pushing me to the bed. As I sit, she lets the towel fall to the floor, then sits on my lap. Grinding on my already hard dick, she starts to kiss my neck.
I thought you didn't share.
She teases. I don't. I say, bringing my hands to her breast.
You seem to like the idea of me and Liz.
She whispers in my ear. Not really, but it is hot as hell. I say, as I kiss her shoulder. Moving my hand to her sex, she moans. I don't want anyone else touching you but me. I say, that isn't a lie, I really don't. Yes, I think it is hot at the thought of the girls, but at the same time, I don't want anyone but me touching her.
I only had my feet in the water playing with her hair,
she says, but laughs as I look at her naked body.
I took my clothes off to fuck with you.
She teases, biting my neck. I can't help but moan. How the hell does her biting me turn me on so much? Kissing down my body, she pushes me to the bed, so I am laying on my back. As she pulls my boxers down, I close my eyes, trying to clear my head at this battle on what I think about Roxanne and Liz, and wondering if there is something going on. As Roxy straddles my hips, I look at her. I love you, I say, moving my hand to her ring she still has around her neck.
I love you too,
she says, as she pushes my length into her sex. I move one hand to her breast and the other to her hip as she rides me to a release. Marcus, we are having so much fun traveling. It's all about the music. The fan site has went crazy since we started this adventure. I have been talking to this girl on the fan site. I still don't know her name, but she has been giving me tips on how to do different things with the videos. Even though I don't know this girl, I do enjoy talking to her. I'm just praying she isn't some crazy fan lunatic. The one downside to the kids' adventure is I can't just go out and find a girl when I want fun, being in another country. So being able to at least talk to this girl is nice. I have asked her what her name is a few times, but she never answers. Aside from that, Brittany has been helping me with the money the kids make from the street shows. She said the guys get asked a lot about the band, like where they are, if they are okay. They really miss the kids, but are enormously proud of what they are doing. Looking at the site, I see a new video upload, so I look at it. Wait, that is me. Looking up, I see James holding his phone. This is Marcus, everyone. He is the one that manages our band and keeps us safe. He laughs out, putting down his phone. What? You don't give yourself enough credit on there, James says, smiling.
Hey, boys,
Liz says, so we all turn to her.
We never have got a picture of the tattoos.
Looking at the other two, she is right. Moving closer together, we all hold out our right arm, putting them together.
Perfect,
Roxanne says, taking the picture.
How do I load this?
She asks, making me laugh. Walking over to her, I show her how to load the picture. There you go, baby girl, I say, handing the phone back. Have you found out that girl's name yet? Derek asks. Nope, but I do talk to her a lot. She seems nice, I think, but since I have never met her or seen a picture, she could just be an old man in a basement messing with me. I tell him, feeling sad that she could very well be fake. So, what is our next stop? I ask, wanting to change the subject.
Spain?
Roxanne says, "Okay, when do you want to leave so I can get the plane tickets?" I ask.
Another week here. It is very pretty here.
Liz says, "That it is." Derek agrees. Landing in Spain, we find a hotel to get a game plan. That seems pointless though. We set this out, but never follow the thing. Asking the fans if there is any must-see places in Spain, I wait for a response. They were right on the stops in England and Ireland, so I know they will give good places here too. Writing down some of the places they are putting so I can look them up to show the list to James. "Find out where that girl is," James says. I have asked. She won't answer. I'm starting to think she is just messing with me, I say, starting to feel depressed about it. "Tell her we will travel the world looking for her," he says with a smile. "No, James, that is crazy. Just don't worry about it," I tell him, not caring about it. "I will find love one day, maybe." James. We spend a few months in Spain, doing a lot of sightseeing and playing. We have even been getting asked to take pictures and sign stuff after our shows. But everyone is so nice, so we don't mind. Getting to the hotel in France, I know Derek's birthday is coming up in a few weeks. I called Crystal the other day. They should be flying in the day before to surprise him for his birthday. Everyone but Derek knows. I asked if he wanted to go home for his birthday, but he said no. He was going to video call home. "So where are we going today?" Marcus asks.
Rest.
Liz says, laying on the bed.
Am I the only one behind on school?
Roxanne asks. "No, I need to get caught up myself," I tell her, pulling out the computers. "So it looks like it's going to be a schoolwork day?" Marcus laughs. "Guess so," Derek says, getting his computer out and handing Liz her computer. We spend the rest of the day working on school stuff. It sounds boring, but it really wasn't.
James, wake up, baby.
I hear a whisper. Opening my eyes a little, I see Roxy. Too damn early.
You were the one that planned this, my love.
She whispers. "I know," I whisper, setting up. After I get dressed, I go to the door to find Brittany, Jacob, Dad, and Crystal. "Hi," I whisper, still not awake.
Here.
Brittany says, giving me coffee. "See, this is why I love you," I say, hugging her. Turning to my dad as he whines, "What, she gets a hug first?" I laugh. "She brought the coffee. If you want a hug first, you bring the coffee," I add, hugging him. After all the hugs are done, we open the door for everyone to walk in.
Derek.
Crystal says, sitting on the bed.
Son, wake up.
She says, but he puts his head under the pillow. Crystal looks sad, so I walk over to the bed and lift the pillow. "You have 2 minutes before I take the blanket," I say. "I give you 5, he says, muffled, trying to pull the pillow down. "Yes, but you are nicer than me," I say with a laugh. "Derek, where is Liz?" I ask. He doesn't say anything. He just starts to pat the bed next to him. Lifting his head, he sees she isn't there. Looking around to find her, his eyes land on his mom. "Mom," he says with a smile.
I couldn't miss my baby's birthday.
She says, as he jumps up, hugging her. "Wait, where's Liz?" he asks. She starts to laugh from the chair her and Roxy are sitting in. Once he sees her, he goes back to hugging Crystal. We spend the day sightseeing with our parents. We even play a show for them so they can see what we do firsthand. They thought it was so cool. At the end of the day, we take our parents to the airport.
We will be back in a month.
Brittany tells Liz.
Y'all don't have to.
She tries to say.
Yes, we do. When we meet up with y'all in a month, Blaine and Emily want to come too, if that is okay.
Crystal asks, making her tear up. They call from time to time, and it really gets to her that they never ask for anything from her. But Brittany sends them money sometimes. At first, They said no, but she told them how it made Liz feel to know she could do something for them for everything they have done for her. We are heading to Paris tomorrow, Derek says with a smile. That is where we can meet up. I tell everyone. Will do, Dad says, giving me one more hug. On our way to Paris, we stop for a show, and I noticed that same girl. Since we got to France, she seems to be following us around. Marcus, do you know her? I asked, showing him a picture I got as we set up. No, but I have noticed her following us. I took a picture the last few shows just to make sure it was the same girl. We make a few more stops before we make it to Paris. Marcus has tried talking to that mystery girl, but she runs off every time he gets close. Sitting on the bed, I notice Derek sitting on the floor by himself. So I go over. So what are you doing? Ah! He screams, making the girls laugh. Finding where he threw his phone, I hand it back. You ass, he says, taking his phone. Turning it back on, he shows me what he was looking at. It seems he was looking up jewelry stores close to where we are. What's that for? I whisper. Her birthday? He whispers back. Looking over at the girls, he grabs my left hand and taps my dad's ring. It's still a little big, so I don't wear it much. Pulling out my phone. What, you want to buy her a ring? I text. Yes. Like a promise ring? I ask. Like an engagement ring? I turn to him as my phone goes off. Do you think she would say yes? Hell yeah, I reply. I'm over the moon happy for him. Have you told Mom yet? I text. Yes, that is one of the reasons Blaine and Emily are coming. That is going to be the best birthday gift, man. I hope so, he says, looking nervous. The day of Liz's birthday, we decide to go to the Eiffel Tower. Setting up for a show, I see that girl again. Walking off behind everyone, I come up behind her. Why are you following my band?
Ah!
She spins around.
James!
She stutters. Why are you following us? I ask again. She looks like she is trying to find a way to run. I'm not going to hurt you, I just want to know. I say.
I'm a fan.
She says, very shy. I figured that out. I laugh. What's your name? I add.
Mary.
She whispers. Well, Mary, it is nice to finally meet you. Would you like to meet the band? I ask. She turns, looking at Marcus. I just laugh. Are you a fan of Marcus? I ask, making her turn red. Okay, well, I hope to see you around again, Mary. I say, walking back to the band. Walking up behind Marcus. Boo. Ah! Damn it, kid, he says, putting his hand on his chest. I turn to see Mary laughing. Her name is Mary. She is a fan of yours, I tell him. He smiles, turning red himself. I hope we see her around again, I tell him, walking to the others. All set? I ask the others, walking back over to Brittany and Crystal. The girls take their place as Marcus sets up the camera. I also see Mary set up a camera, making me smile. After our show, I speak up. Today is Liz's birthday, so we have something special for her today. Turning to Derek, he looks so scared. Walking to Liz, he gets on one knee, and we hear a lot of awe going on in the crowd. From the moment I met you, I was blown away by you. I love you, baby. Will you marry me and give me the greatest honor in the world of allowing me to be your husband? Derek asks, making Liz cry as she nods her head yes. I can tell Derek is shaking as he puts the ring on her hand. Damn, this will be me one day. Looking at Roxy, I see she is holding the ring on the necklace with tears in her eyes. Walking to her, I whisper, "Are you okay?" She nods her head. "That will be us one day, baby. I promise," I tell her, kissing her head.